Texas State Fair. Glad to have you with us from the Cotton Bowl. It's the Texas Longhorns and the Oklahoma Sooners. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
The Sooners head coach told me here in the pregame, this is a crucial conference matchup. He understands this will be the separator. Who will make it to Atlanta? This is the first step today. With both teams doing well in the conference so far, this will be the separator they need. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Big picture, guys, this certainly isn't an all-or-nothing game. Long season ahead. But how much fun is it to have a top-5 clash like this one early?
It's so much fun, and you don't have to be a fan of just these two top-5 teams. If you're a fan of college football, you're honing in on this game because you're going to learn a lot here, David.
Yeah, and the fans are going to be like, overrated. This is why the preseason bowls stink. We get a chance to prove ourselves with some of these teams that hasn't done a lot on the resume yet. Now, today is a resume builder.
It's complete on the right side. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
And this offense is a pretty smart offense, and they're going to use their guys and their weapons all kinds of different ways. And you see it right out the gates in this football game. Getting your running back in space, running the real route, getting him matched up on the matchup you want so you can take advantage. This offense will do this all throughout the game. You know, God bless Texas because they can lose great running backs, and they just go into the portal and they get a great running back. Oh, no, they got 2 great running backs. To get Smothers, to get Brown to come over, obviously guys with experience at big-time universities. I expect Texas to be able to run the football and, Jesse, have one of the best 1-2 punches in all of college football.
Yeah, I mean, they want to come play with Arch Manning, let's be honest. And they know it's an offense that defenses are going to be worried about the deep ball, throwing it downfield. So a lot of soft boxes to run into, and there's really no excuse for why these running backs shouldn't absolutely stat it up this year. Steve Sarkisian told us they're going to be committed to running the football and having balance. Because of those names you just mentioned, we're expecting this running game to be elite.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. They'll give it to Brown. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Winner of this game dons the golden hat, but you know, Jesse, only David could wear the golden hat among the 3 of us because there's no way either of us should put a hat on the kind of heads of hair we have.
Well, I've also understood that the hat's like a triple X. That old sucker.
Gonna take a shot at this DB. He's got it down the field. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. We knew coming in that they wanted to push the ball down the field, and they waste no time getting at it.
And I love that, man. I love being aggressive early, setting a tone, sending a message to my team. Listen, we're going to attack down the field. You better be ready for it. This offense comes out, gets the big completion way down the middle of the field.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. And the Longhorns trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Using his feet. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Texas!
And you knew his legs were a weapon, and he shows it to you right there, running it into the end zone. And this offense, man, they are a good offense, and they are in a good rhythm early in this football game. We talked about the quarterback. We talked about his speed. He can make these type of plays. And on the first drive, Palmer, the defense didn't have any answers. They better find some.
Yeah, and it's going to be hard to find them, too, just because of that athleticism and just how he can attack defenses with his arm, with his feet, the different playmakers surrounding him as well. There's a lot to get prepared for in a week when you're playing against this offense, and I just think they saw everything there on that opening drive. They're going to have to do some soul-searching on the sidelines early.
Out of the gun, the running back has it.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
The Sooners trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Going right and going deep. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. Remember, if your entire body is past the line of scrimmage when you throw the football, that's a penalty. He was, and the penalty will be accepted. Kick is in the air. He'll field the punt. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Arch is going to throw for it. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Makes the catch. That'll be enough for a 1st down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Arch Madness. Just a short pass to the tight end. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. The Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. Caught in the backfield. It's Wingo. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
Man, is it going to be fun trying to stop this passing offense at Texas. Not only do you have to deal with Arch Manning throwing the football, but you got Wingo outside with all that speed, David. You bring in Cam Coleman from Auburn with his size and speed. So who do you cover if you're on defense?
Yeah, we didn't even mention the running backs when you bring in two who are studs. So, like, they're studs all over the field. This is an offense that, Sark, when they really get it going, man, the passing game becomes elite. And they can do so many good things to you. But just Cam Coleman and the ability to catch the football when he's not open. Like, it's 2nd to none. Look forward to watching him and the Arch connection and how it grows.
Firing to the end zone. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
And you're not going to see many of those. That's a gift for this defense. You don't see this guy miss very often, especially to put 6 on the board. That was a big missed opportunity for this quarterback and this offense.
They'll run it out of the gun with Brown. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. Let's take a peek at the numbers so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. The holder will put it down on the right hash, a 33-yard try. It is perfect, and that lead grows even bigger.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Oklahoma sends the offense out, ready to go on the attack. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. To the air. It's Mateer. Under fire. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Pulls it on the option. There's a crease. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. He got it out to the 41 with the first down.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
And the ball's loose in the backfield. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
That looks like a really easy thing to do. Oh, the ball's just on the ground. Jump on it. That's an odd-shaped ball that bounces all kind of crazy ways. Great job by the defense covering that thing up.
Here's Arch to throw. Quarterback adapting. Gets rid of it. Finds his man. It's Townsend. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Coleman. Just couldn't get away from the tackle. Things look great with that field position a few plays ago, but now it's 3rd and 6. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Wide open downfield. Goes down immediately, but he's got plenty and a fresh set of downs here. Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. The give on the counter. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
Well, this defense knew coming into this one, if they could stop the run, it was going to be really, really hard on the offense. And I just love the tenacity they're playing with right now. This front seven are flying around, getting to the ball carrier. This running back has had nowhere to go today.
And it's complete at the 6. Defense right there, but now they're backed up with a goal-to-go situation. The Longhorns trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
It just looked like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
And another big play from a Sooner receiver. We've seen that before. Some places you might get grades like C, D, all A-pluses here.
And he grabbed it like a lamb and serving up busted chops like you've seen this offense do.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Still on his feet. And picked off, and he's got open room. He's at the 20. All the way back. Touchdown, Longhorn. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Back to throw, it's Mateer. Looking to the big tight end. Got him downfield. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Off the play fake on first down. Looking for a deep man. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Backed up now, here's second and long. Quarterback may change this route. The give on the option. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. First and 10. Trying to escape and get it himself. It's a fumble. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapping around guys, the ball's bound to pop out occasionally, and you got to be in the right place at the right time.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Gain of 8 yards on the play is too short of the first down. And the Longhorns want to move quickly.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Brown. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. Fast completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Gets the back moving. Throwing Manning. Scrambling away. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well.
Snags it and he's open. They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved the touchdown.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and I love when the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. They can make plays. They can run people over.
Touchdown, Longhorn! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? To the air, it's Mateer. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open. That's why that one fell incomplete.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. They'll give it to Brown. And he throws hands with that strong, stiff arm, but still not a lot of running room there. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. Dead center perfect. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Men, notable storylines all across the sport today. So let's roll up our sleeves and get you updated here in Week 6. We start with Tulsa taking on the number 17 team, the Navy Midshipmen. And it's the Golden Hurricane engaging in some real trench warfare today. Inches are hard to come by, let alone first downs. A tight tactical game where just about anything could happen.
Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. Nothing went right in that first half in the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive of the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you've got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Scanning the field, it's Mateer. Escapes the pressure to his right. There he goes. They run him out of bounds after a gargantuan gain on the play.
And this is exactly what happens when you don't keep a fast quarterback in the pocket. Man, you got to keep him inside that tackle box. Don't let him dance. Don't rush upfield. A lot of times that's the...
Touchdown Sooners! Right on the money, and he makes the grab in the end zone. They'll line up to go for two. The snap sets up to throw. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They'll start on the ground with Brown. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Rush is on him. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Great place to start for this offense. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Zings it complete to the right.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Fires to the right. And they're not on the same page there.
And we were talking about it at half, guys. Like, how are they going to crack this puzzle, right? This defense so elite in the first half. Second half, they come out. They're trying to throw the football, man. I just don't know where the weaknesses are. They're going to have to keep working and keep trying to make that big play and stay aggressive. But so far, on every level of this defense, they've been dominant.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football on this fourth down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but defend the field position with the return. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Fires to the wideout. Working on the right. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. They'll try to run it in. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
They love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's third and goal. Taken down just short of the sticks, but the offense still within scoring range on fourth down.
It'll be interesting to see what the head coach wants to do here, guys. Of course, just got stopped trying to run the football down close on third down. Now it's fourth and goal, but you're on the 2-yard line. Do you have confidence in your guys up front?
Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. Touchdown, Oklahoma. The sure hands in the end zone, and he has 6.
And I like the decision to go for it. And I think a lot of people probably thinking this close to the goal line, fourth and goal, are they going to power it in? Nice job. They had this play ready. They go with the pass. Nice throw, nice catch. Huge job and huge execution on fourth down.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Here's Manning to throw. Tight end finds a soft spot. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. Try the right side with Brown. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Lost one on that last one. It's second and 11. To the air. It's Manning. Makes the grab. It's Brown. Makes the catch, and he's free. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Man, is it nice to have a guy that can do that. Goodness gracious, short pass, but he has such speed, elusiveness, vision, the whole nine. He shows you all of it right there. Catches the football, makes some people miss, gets upfield, and gets the long gain. That is so nice for a quarterback to throw it short, but you get all those yards after the catch.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Just watching the clock drain away in this one, it's all but in the books. Let's take a look at the top 25, and this game might have an impact on these rankings next week. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. A run for the quarterback. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Texas! That'll give him a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. And Bevo's really starting to snarl right now, and he'd love to rub the Schooner's face right in it, David.
Yeah, they got it cooking. The Longhorns are looking good. In this rivalry game, you got half the crowd in this burnt orange, Jesse, that is going bananas right now.
Boomer Sooners got the weapons, though, guys, on offense. You've got the horses on the outside to turn this thing into a track meet. I know you're down here, but you can change this game. It just takes one play.
The Sooners will get things going on offense as they head onto the field. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe his team is... And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passion, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Manning. Caught in the backfield, it's Townsend. Brought down at the 21-yard line, a 15-yard pickup, and they are in prime position to get points now. Just on the edge of the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. Looking for a man, it's Manning. Throws to the tight end. And the timing just a hair off.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Back to pass. Steps away. He'll pull it down and run. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The Longhorns are threatening on 1st and goal. Play action, here's Manning. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Touchdown, Texas! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Looking to throw on 1st down. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Complete downfield. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. Really want to try to pick up at least half of the yardage needed on 1st and 10. He's going to run it. QB got it himself. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there, but on that play, because of the pressure...
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making...
Going to throw it over the top of the D. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some...
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. On 4th down, they're taking to the air.